Topics from the University. The World Beyond. In his book, Knowing the Spirit, Master Elahi, Ustad Elahi, explores the mysteries of the soul, the content of which has always been hidden in an aura of ambiguity. One of these is the theme, the world beyond, reflecting on other explanations that have been available to man in this respect so far, and comparing them with the meticulous and logical explanations that Master Elahi provides on this subject. It is easy to see that for the first time there is an understandable and reasonable explanation of these mysteries. Based on the information given earlier, the world beyond or afterlife is a quantum environment in the Earth's atmosphere in which souls are transferred through a tunnel between Earth into the world beyond after separation from the physical body. This process does not only concern the planet Earth, but it applies to the world beyond every planet. This means that the world beyond every planet is in the atmosphere of the same planet. The world beyond is an educational environment where the soul does not have the difficulties that it has to experience when connected to a body and as a human being in material worlds like the Earth. But on the other hand, the completion of the process of perfection on Earth is much more valuable compared to the completion of this process in the world beyond. The appearance of phenomena in the world beyond depends entirely on the degree of understanding of the soul and the burden of the karma system, which represents the degree of perfection of this soul. However, it is obvious that this environment is very fluid and its components are formed in dealing with each soul according to the performance of that soul. Continuation of the perfection process in the world beyond has the following advantages. The soul is very tired after a material life in the earthly world, for example on planet Earth. Therefore is the entry into the beyond world after each separation from the body comparable to a vacation on a pleasant island, and the relief from the tiredness that this situation entails to the soul. Because the soul in world beyond is not limited to the body. It can comprehend more than the 3 dimensions with which it was familiar on Earth. As a result, it is easier for him to understand the truth and accept the facts. The world beyond is an educational environment in which each soul is informed about what it has done throughout its physical life and also about the time remaining to complete the process of perfection. Since there is no physical body in the hereafter, there are mainly no earthly desires such as hunger, thirst, and desire for sexual activities. Therefore, physical work is not necessary for sustenance and related worries. In the hereafter there is no phenomenon called time on Earth. This situation alleviates or even eliminates the worry and associated negative effects caused by wasted time. Participating in the training courses in the world beyond can be very effective in accelerating the completion of the perfection process. The different kinds of spiritual links with the souls that still have a body and experience in earthly life. To gain experience in different ways and participate in the good deeds of these souls people are among the privileges of these institutions in the world beyond. In addition, these souls will be put to the test immediately after they have understood a topic of the teaching in the class. This speeds up the process of spiritual progress. The soul in the world beyond is freed from the connection to the system, human potential, physical body, and thus it has more information about itself and about the spiritual environment. These are the facts that serve to accelerate the completion of the perfection level. Perfection process in the world beyond. The process of perfection in the world beyond runs with different methods. One of these common methods is to connect the true self, which is stationed in the world beyond, with the soul of a person on Earth. There are 2 goals. Firstly, the soul in the world beyond can benefit from the good deeds and intentions of this earthly person and expand its spiritual reserves. On the other hand, It takes part in the tests intended for the earthly soul to increase its power and degree of perfection, but only after it has passed these tests. During the process, the soul on the earth, namely the human, knows nothing about this connection. No changes are made to its situation. The second common method is to provide an environment that is similar to the earthly environment in the world beyond. Then the souls to be tested are placed in that environment. These environments are linked to the weaknesses and strengths of that soul, and also to what negative qualities need to be removed from that soul. In both methods, the soul in the world beyond experiences a blackout period between the moment when the connection is made with the person on earth or with the incidents and phenomena in the earth-like environment in the world beyond. In the entire time interval of the soul connection, the soul in the world beyond considers itself to be the person with whom it is connected. He is also unaware who it really is, or where it really is located. At the same time, the soul in the world beyond sees itself in partnership with everything this person does, while neither of these two souls is aware of this connection. Furthermore, neither soul is affected negatively or positively by the negative or positive action of the partner in this soul connection, nor the state of the karma system is not affected by it. In general, while the first soul completes this action negatively, the second soul passes the test or vice versa. Of course, it is possible that both of them pass the due test or both of them do not. Some advanced personalities have even managed to reach the highest level of perfection in the world beyond in the same way. This privilege is possible for all people. However, the soul must have achieved many outstanding achievements in its earthly life to achieve this kind of perfection. Heaven and hell in the world beyond. What is generally designated paradise or hell according to the karma system is a tiered place that varies between happiness and sadness. The constitutions that determine the occurrences in the world beyond are programmed to respond uniquely according to the information in the database of the karma system of each soul, true self. Suppose this person has done outstanding good deeds to his fellow human beings in his earthly life in the hope of spending time in a garden with beautiful people in the world beyond. After death, this person will end up in the world beyond in an environment with the same characteristics in all relevant colors and smells and with the same desired persons. Obviously, in the opposite direction, a person who has nothing but evil deeds in his physical life on the database of his karma system will face a completely different environment. This environment will be set up according to the report of that person's karma system so that they can only represent the content of the system. This representation cannot be anything other than what this person has done to others. It is a common method to show such souls practically how painful their actions were on earth. Through this method of learning, souls are taught to avoid evil deeds. Within the above-mentioned persons, there will certainly be those who are helped on the way to perfection by various methods, who have only done well intending to get closer to the origin of creation. The process of perfection is not only accelerated by good deeds and intentions but also by other facts, such as true belief based on the right foundation and combined with practice. In this context, the intensity and amount of knowledge that one has absorbed from the origin of existence in earthly life is particularly effective. The internal and external devil. Now that we have discussed heaven and hell, it is not wrong to briefly discuss the subject of Satan, devil, and his effects on human life. From the point of view of what we call science in this book, the existence of the devil is obvious. All religions also acknowledge the existence of the devil as a true person. In contrast to the religions in the works of Master Elahi, Ustad Elahi, the devil is not considered the main cause of man's wickedness. He explains the rebellious nafs, ego, which is the tool of the basharic soul, earthly soul, on the one hand, and the inexperience, or backwardness of the heavenly soul on the other hand, as being responsible for the faulty lives and deviations from the right path of the human race. Another important principle in this context is that Satan is not the enemy of God, but can rather be seen as the Lord of darkness and the creator of evil. Of course, a soul will not understand the concept of good unless it has experienced the nature of wickedness. Naturally, a soul will not understand the concept of good until it has experienced the nature of evil. Therefore, it can be said that the devil serves the great system of creation by dominating the world of darkness. Obviously, those who have been overcome by evil are attracted by evil forces. Footnote 1. Basharic soul plus heavenly soul equals true self. Research and analysis. Farah Mars Tabish. Sources. From the book, People from the Perspective of Ostad Elahi. The New Elementary Particle Physics. By Farah Mars Tabish.